Hello, it's finally Tuesday. Yesterday I did not have a live stream because my microphone did not work. So the whole time I did all kinds of talking and nobody was there to listen to it. So today we should have good audio and we're going to go through and check what's going on in the market and see what's going on with our positions. Looks like Bitcoin supply is overhung. Solana company to back a crypto ambition. Bitcoin's nearing the 2024 lows. Let's go into the news section of SignalDeck and see what's going on here. Crude oil hovers above 70 as Trump and Iran issue mixed messages. Buffett delays annual donation to Gates Foundation, pending the Jeffrey Epstein ties. That's hilarious. We're seeing some fuel import deals being signed by Kenya and Rwanda. Let's go into the stocks. S&P is another rally. Merger mania and big pharma. Chipotle is down. I love Chipotle. That's sad. Maybe I'll buy some. Okay. Let's go through the positions. Let's check in on the market. Retail prematurely calling exhaustive top on tech and dumping energy on ceasefire headlines. But they're missing the massive structural divergence underneath. Typical. Capital is actively concentrating into AI-driven mega caps and regulatory-moded Western base metals, while the dollar looking pretty good against the dovish Europe. And we got some stuff on the deck here. SLX, XLE. It looks like the Euro USD might see some movement. I see that on X this morning. People are talking about it, which we're seeing a base form around the 113 area. So this is looking pretty good for a potential. Let me go to the 4 hour. I like that better. Yeah, seeing a double top on that. Pretty interesting. Let's go through our positions, see what we're working with. So, okay. I'm going to remove box scanner and quad. And I think that's it. Okay, so that leaves us with 4. Oh, I forgot to inverse it. Cool. Okay, so got 16 positions. Let's see what they're up to. We got a high and tight pullback. We just released some more indicators to the charts, so we'll start playing around with that. We had users say that they wanted more indicators for the Forex side, so you know how we roll. Within 24 hours, we had that on the app. That's the beautiful thing about SignalDeck is we work exclusively with the traders, the users that are using the platform, and they talk directly to me if they have a feature that they need. As long as it's not crazy, we'll bust it up pretty quick. So we're seeing some low volume hammer here with some indecisive candle on the top. Pre-market's up a touch, but we are slowly getting to our price target. Lower volume than the breakout bar is not looking too great, but let's see what happens. Indecisive candle. Stop loss remains. This was just a pure news play. Might have gone in a little late on it. but it's looking pretty good. Low volume hammer above previous days. Bar, pre-market up. I like it. Yesterday's low volume hammer. Okay. GLW is seeing some flight. Let's check this out. GLW had a absolute massive candle, and very happy to be in that. This was what was this? High and tight pullback on a 15-minute wait. This is fantastic. So we're getting close to the price target. We're not going to get greedy. I don't remember how I came up with the price target on this. It's just a measured move. Okay. I wonder if this hit, still not break even, so the distance to break even doesn't really make sense on this. So, all right, Macy's. Actually, I think we got stopped out on that. I have not updated my book yet, so we'll have to circle back on that because I think our Macy's position got stopped out. Okay, FTNT, consolidation. Okay, definitely some sell pressure going into that. I'm going to put this underneath the 200-day, which would be literally right there. So that's under our entry. What is our entry? Low is 144.62. So I'm going to move this to 144. 30. I'm just kind of guessing here, but I want to put it under the entry, and it's still under the 200-day. Okay. And what else we got? Starbucks. I thought we got stopped out on Starbucks yesterday, or a couple days ago, but whoops, but that did not happen. So got a low volume liquidity grab here. I'm happy with this. This is looking pretty good. Okay. So that's looking pretty good. Geo, just continuing low volume test for support, looking healthy. So I like that. Stop loss remains. CVS. Getting closer to our price target. I'm going to put an alert here. In case I'm at work and I can't see it. Low volume pullback. This is looking fabulous. Okay. DAL is up 11%. Let's check out DAL because this is pretty phenomenal here. So price went up with a huge pullback on the 25th. And looks like we have some pullback going back there. Let me do something here. So what we're looking at on that is we're getting the pullback. This looks like it's trying to get up higher. I'm going to go ahead and move the stop to 90.30. I don't like this low volume pullback here. If I'm wrong, it's going to end up testing. We know that. I have tons of profit on the table here. I don't really want to wait around for this to test back down. I don't like that liquidity hunt up top. If this liquidity hunt is legit, then this should be a temporary test at like 90.91. I have a stop in the mid. Let's do this. So 80.29 is where I'm going to leave this thing. Okay. I've read that lower trend, or not lower trend, but I've read that if you have a breakout bar, like we see here, price should not usually go to the lower third. This is going to test for some support somewhere. I'm hoping it's in the 90 area, 91. But if it goes all the way back down, I don't want to hang out. I need to move that capital out elsewhere. PBI, looking pretty good. More consolidation here as it drifts up. Stop loss remains. LIN, this thing has been pretty fun waiting for this thing to chop around and around and around. I say that sarcastically, but it's a low volume, so you're going to deal with it. It's a non-harmonic price to volume. Stop loss remains. All right, NTB, consolidator. Price tested the consolidated high and pushed up on low volume. That's a sign of strength. Stop loss remains as we watch that guy. FISI had a massive candle yesterday or 2 days ago, and another liquidity hunt on that. We're going to keep this stop wide, and we have it at break even. I'm not going to try to get greedy and put a huge close stop on this until I see another day's action. Okay, CSX is finally getting some wings here, testing the high on low volume, which is not super great. We are forming higher lows, higher highs. Stop loss remains on that. Monster had huge selling volume on a low bar, and then yesterday tested that and we're above. So with Monster, we had one of the biggest volume bars ever since the breakout, testing for higher high. And then yesterday we had an inside candle on low volume, so that's technically an absorption spring, I would argue. And now we're up in pre-market. Okay. And then PANW, we are at 40% plus. Yesterday was a massive candle, so we're confirming the breakout on this massive candle. Pre-market down to touch. I'm going to move the stop loss to just under that zone of the previous high, which is where this candle's breaking out. Okay. All right, looks good. Let's look at the runs this morning and see what we have. We have a bunch of leadership stuff, which is usual. We have a SMA 200 trend filter on Amazon. Okay. And then power trend. No, this is for, okay, I get confused on that. Western Bank, some more bank stuff coming through. Let's see. I was looking at Microsoft yesterday. We had this huge candle, and then we had a little liquidity grab candle. So I might be putting a stop or a buy order like above this range in the 2382 area. And then I got a buy order on QNT. There's a lot of news and people talking about this on Twitter related to the Trump stuff. So I might see if there's any movement there. I do have a short, more or less. It's like an ultra short on gold. I don't plan on holding this too long, but I do see further downside on gold. I do have a pretty aggressive price target, like way up at 31, but I don't know if I want to hold that long, so we'll just see what happens today. And I don't even really have this on my book. I just kind of playing around with it. So I'm going to put an alert around there. And right now we're just seeing where we go with the market. Appreciate it. Have a good one.